And I appreciate every one of you joining and sharing my excitement about generating new product and supporting startups. I personally have successfully failed quite a few startups that I have started on my own and was bootstrapping. So good thing is that I didn't waste anyone's money. Another good thing is that I gained my experience that I can use on daily basis as a program and project manager. And the other thing is that it gives you ownership of everything that you do. So let me introduce myself. I'm Anna. I am graduate from AI enthusiast community powered by Microsoft, led by Shivi and Padma. And I'm entirely grateful for all opportunities that these amazing ladies support us with and provide us with. So this workshop is a part of our May series where we share our experience, something that we learned during this program and something that we learned professionally. So right now I'm advisor and at some startups, and we found using ChatGPT for our brainstorming sessions quite effective and useful. So I decided to share with you something that I have found. To start with, can somebody confirm that you guys can see my my screen?
We can see.
Okay. So to start with, I highly encourage you to click on the slide on the it doesn't move. Come on. Okay, we went through that. On the last link I have provided you with, and could you please let me know how familiar are you with ChatGPT? I needed to understand how I can rely or how I can navigate through the presentation today. That would be really helpful. I will give you a minute. Can you guys see the link? We can make this conversation iterative, so you can talk to me.
Yeah, the link is visible, but I mean, I'm not sure how to use it. It just says enter code here or provide feedback.
Let me share once again.
Yeah, it's asking us to rank how we liked the session. It's not.
Oh, it takes you to the very last one? Oh.
Yeah.
Huh, interesting. Okay, malfunction, it happens. You know, with those live sessions, it's also embarrassing, but also learning experience for all of us. I was testing it before and it was working. So did it work now? Can you please try the second one?
Still not
Same
working
thing.
for me. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Still the thing. Okay, never mind. Just put in the chat, familiar, not familiar, yes, no, yes, no. It will help a lot. Okay, great. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. So now I am posting the Google form. This Google form will help everyone to create the model together with me, walking through the prompts today. Could you please confirm that you guys can open it now?
Yes, we can open.
Okay, great. Thank you so much. So, well, you're grabbing this form. I wanted to introduce you with the technique, prompting technique that we are going to use today. This is 757 question technique that usually used by lawyers. I used to be a lawyer. Well, I'm a lawyer. I just not practice law in the United States. But I still keep this mindset when I'm investigating anything and everything. You ask those main questions when you feed your model and when you train your model. You probably know already that models are trained. Okay. That models are trained on the existing data, but models are about 6 and more months old. So when you're training your model, you always have to tell your model not only to use data, well, maybe not only, but what I found useful, that you should tell your model to grab information from the outside if model knows how to do so. For our workshop to make it hands-on and for you to progress, you will need ChatGPT Model 4.0. It should be a paid version of ChatGPT. So those who have this paid version, they will be able to do hands-on and progress as we go. For those who don't have it, I specifically created this Google document that you can save, you can take it and you can copy and paste all the prompts that I was using. When you have a chance to can grab someone's paid model or pay for 1 month, it will be helpful. So this is how I am structuring my prompts. I'm asking you to pay attention to the last 3 bullet points, because this is important for you if you to specify what resources you already know that model should use. This will make your search more clear. And also, if there is something that you would like to keep restricted, private from the outside world, you might want to specify the last bullet point and add personal restrictions. Make sense? I'm sharing similar to something that you have on the Google form. If you go together with me through the Google form, you go through the slides that we are sharing here, and you can see those prompts. When you start training your model, you can use input and a brainstorm party as Copilot, Grok, DeepSeek. Does anyone use those models to work on a daily basis? Or I have a crew of ChatGPT users here. Can you guys put it in the chat if you would like to? It's interesting to learn from each other and understand what models have been useful for you. When you create your model, you should let it know with the question, like open its mind, what else should I think about? And this model should go back, evaluate everything that you have discussed, and it will be helpful to introduce this prompt as well. So let me now go to my model. And this is, I can show you how the brainstorming session has been happening. I can scroll up, very up, and you will see that initially I have been training just my project. It was my project before I switched to creating a custom chat GPT. So right now we are looking at the regular chat GPT paid version. And you probably know already that here on this left side, can you guys see these small word projects? So this is where you can do projects. This is where model can remember specific tasks that you can assign to that. So even if you don't have a paid version, you may create a project in your unpaid version and use it here. You will be just restricted by the number of iterations you can complete by the day. But if you have a paid version, to start with, you can create a project where you can start brainstorming. And I'm sharing with you how the idea about creating my brainstorming body, startup creation body, has evolved. Initially, I was just brainstorming and validating ideas. But then I found that working with ChatGPT was very useful, but I needed my model to remember all my discussions, and I wanted to have it like conversational process. This is where you can do a custom ChatGPT. Everybody is with me? Who wants to listen, you guys can listen, but for those who want to start creating, this is the time when you should have your model open and we go to explore GPTs. You should be able to see that. Can somebody gives me shout out that you guys can see it? Hey, talk to me, people.
Yep, it's visible.
Yeah, we can.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes, we can see.
Appreciate it. So now you see my GPTs on the right corner. When you go to my GPTs, you can start creating new. This is where you go. I'm right here hovering above create a GPT. I will go to my GPT right away because when you have created your GPT, you can change it, you can edit, and it's iterative process. The model can be retrained. You can change it. So this is how it looks right now. And these are my settings. Let me go back. I wanted to show you how does it look internally. So if you clicked to create your GPT model, you will get to this page. This is where all this setup is happening. You will create it, and then you will configure that. Do you guys follow everything? Everything is as expected? Good to go?
Yes, Anna.
Okay. So you might want to give a name to your model and you might want to give a description. So something that will show up. Mostly when you create it for your own use, you don't need to be descriptive here. But if you work on something that you're going to share with your teammates, you might want to give it like regular data governance approach. And then you give instructions. So if you go to my Google form that I shared with you, this is where it starts use iterative approach after I shared with you how I come across prompting. When you work on the model that you build for yourself, because it can be something besides startup idea, right? It can be, you know, you might want to evaluate how you work with your kids and how to approach homework or anything. This is the instructions that model will operate on. This is the instructions that you might modify when you find out that something may be useful. And during a month, I was iterating with my model. I was working on some ideas. I was getting some results. I abandoned quite a few ideas based on my work with the model. And I'm pursuing currently 3 ideas that I'm doing market validation with real users. So right now, do you want me to give you some time to play with the model and give it some prompts, some instructions? You can simply copy and paste instructions that you can see from my Google form. You can scroll, you can check, and you can copy and paste. This is not the entire training that I have in my model. You have, if I'm not mistaken, 800 words to train your model. And then you will hit the limit and you will need to be more precise about instructions that you give. But up to 8,000 words, you can train your model and you can give it how to operate. So it should, the number of words that I gave you in the prompt should be enough. Okay, so if we want to see it live, I need to click update, and I also can click share. I will share in the chat, and for those who would like it to develop GPT prompt and instruction. I have a question. I see a question here. Could you please provide instructions here to develop custom GPT, the prompt and instructions? I can copy and paste. It will be big. Do you have access to Google form, or there was no availability to get to the Google form? Let me copy and paste here what we have in Google form, if it's more helpful. Guys, I copied and pasted it into chat. Let me know if it works. Could you please advise if sharing link worked? Because you never know when you go live how these AI tools behave, similar to how you don't know it when you go live with the real person. You might rehearse, but anything and everything can happen. Did it work, guys? Can you see it with me?
This is Jatin. Can you hear me?
It's hard to hear. Not found. Interesting. Okay.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you now. Thank you very much for
When
sharing.
I click on the link you mentioned, it takes me to a chat GPT and it says some error. I don't know. Does everybody have English? Your startup idea validating link.
Let me see. Anyone with
Yes,
the
I
link?
get the same error.
Okay, I see that. Let's try again. I just saw ChatGPT shared with me that setup has been updated. Now it should be working. Did
Still
it
getting
work?
that prompt. No, not from me yet.
Okay. Well, same error. Interesting. Let me try again, and then we will just switch into the mode when I'm sharing.
I think it's not public, Anna.
I just changed it.
In the top left of your screen, it's saying live only me. Would that be it, maybe?
You see, anyone with link, right?
Oh, okay.
Save it.
Maybe now it'll
Sharing
work.
settings updated.
Okay, I'll try now. It's working now.
Is it?
Yeah, it's showing like an intro screen and saying sign up to chat, so you have to log in. So I'm gonna try and log in.
Yeah, it's working now.
Okay, great. Thank you very much. We fixed the issue. So right now, I was thinking about some ideas. Okay, we have a question. Chatting, what is your question?
So maybe I missed it because my kids came in and then I have to mute myself. So this startup idea validator, this is the whole model, right? Anybody can come up with this idea and create their own. This is like
Sure.
startup. Is that something? What is
Yes.
that called? Is it called model or like the one which you're showing? Startup idea validator. Is that something you worked on and it has all the information, like all the data? If you don't mind explaining again, what is this startup idea validator is?
Okay. So as a program manager, I worked on the number of different products. And I also work with different companies that are developed at different level. I recently joined a startup where we needed to release a new product line. And we were brainstorming and debating how to make it happen better, what we need to work on, and how to pitch investors, and how to build investor pitch, and how to differentiate ourselves from our competitor market. And we were going through every stage that a regular startup founder would go through. And when I was away from my team, I was still debating in my head how to do it better. And then I started having those conversations with my chat GPT for the purpose of brainstorming. You can use regular chats on the GPT on the projects. I find this the most useful. You see me hovering around projects on the left side here. If you open your chat GPT model, and this is paid version, you will have projects here. You should have projects here. I am not sure if not paid version has it, because I don't remember how my not paid version looked like. I switched to paid version quite some time ago. But please let me know for people who are using not paid version, do you have projects here? Projects are useful for you to brainstorm, and you can train the project to remember information that you supply them. But for custom GPT, when you want GPT to work with you at different stages on different projects simultaneously, custom GPT model is the most useful. So how I came across creating chat GPT model, custom model for myself. You go to explore your GPTs and you go to create new. I don't need to create new because for the purpose of this meeting, I will just use the one that I have already created. So this is my model that I created and trained for the purpose of validating ideas and hopefully to build business with. But this helps me to not only brainstorm business ideas, but also features for the product line that we already have in place, or new features, new product lines that we are going to introduce. Does it make sense? Does it answer your question?
Absolutely, Anna. Thank you so much. I don't want to take more time, but I have another question, but you can continue.
No, if I don't have any other hands up, and people are probably playing with the startup idea validator right now. This is my name. This is how I came up with. I could have named it something, even shorter, just validator, and just for my own data governance, how I structure my work. So if you have another question, we can ask this question, or I can show how I work with this model.
So yeah, you can move on. Yeah, I think I'm good.
How did I train the GPT? Okay, training GPT happens through these instructions that you give to ChatGPT. So in the area, after you created your ChatGPT, you go to configure, and here you will find name, description, and instructions. And this all information can be found on my Google document that I have created for you guys. There is step-by-step guide how you train it. But I have started with brainstorm session, and I was brainstorming with my ChatGPT, with Copilot, Grok, and DeepSeek. I also provided those links for those models in the Google document. And then I simply started. Oh, let me actually go back and show you how I started, because I kept it under my project. You see Startup Validator, and I can go back to the very beginning of our chat. You see, these were my initial prompts. I gave it a name, and I asked, could you please bring all the discussions about startup feature validation to this chat? I asked it to collect it everywhere. And I was asking to help me to create a train model, Custom GPT. So basically, you can ask your ChatGPT to guide you through the process of creating your custom model on the subject you wanted to explore. May, if you're still getting let me, I'm not at this page. There might be some restrictions, because my version is not the enterprise version, it's just private version, and might be because of the number of participants who hit the link. It's already exhausted its capacity till next 24 hours. Another question.
Anna, could you just please share the doc, Google Doc? I'm not seeing
Yes.
it in the chat.
Okay, let me share it. Sharing again, please see. Yes, we are at the halfway mark. Thank you very much. See that? Google document again, shared. Okay, trained. Okay, thank you. I think I answered all the questions. If not, because I'm alone, okay, I will mark it like this. Okay. So this is the brainstorming session that I had. And then simultaneously, I was asking my model guide me, and I was following the steps, and I was coming up with some ideas that I wanted to explore, and I was exploring those ideas. And as much as I was exploring business ideas, I was thinking that, okay, it doesn't do that, but I would like my model to do that as well. And this is how I came up with an idea that I need to have a startup validation for my own purposes, because I would like to create a startup, and I'm exploring different ideas. And also another conversation layer product MVP, because you might have already having business, or you work for a company, but you're a program manager or you're a product manager, and you would like to validate business ideas or customer requests if it worth exploring. So I have created 3 different levels for my GPT to talk to me. And the third level is scale and growth, when you need to scale and grow existing product. So let's say I had a few questions from different students, and the question was about internship. And in my other discussion with my GPT, I was exploring a business idea, if it's valuable idea. I like GPT because it's so forgiving. If I have typos, it still understands me. Students for high students to search and find a real work experience. Something like internships. Please guide me if this idea is good to become. So this is how I work on ideas. This is how I discuss and think through my ideas and my partner's idea. So you see that model has been trained to guide me through the regular steps that if you were signing up for a startup incubator, right? At the incubator, you go through these steps as a founder. They will guide you and help you to answer all these questions. Now, with generative AI, this process can be much faster. What other people say, and I'll also join them, fail faster. If your idea is worth exploring, then you probably will receive like better traction and get customers sooner. But initially, you have to go through all these questions, and you like make copy those questions into your answers and answer them. Like, who exactly is your user? Are you talking about high school or seniors, undeserved students? You see, it already gives me my ideal customer persona. If I were just working on my business plan, I would think myself about personas, but it gives me already something to concentrate and to pick from, right? I might concentrate on underserved students, or I can concentrate on career and goal-oriented students, right? And I can answer it here. Wait, sorry, I should not have hit enter. Okay, so let me answer. Let's say I would like to high school seniors who need to make a choice about college. Typo. Okay. And in a need, do they lack access, information, connects, content, credibility? They would like to explore the interests and real world work to feel how it is going to be after graduation. graduation. Okay, what is the pain for employers? Do they help rating, recruiting, mentoring? Yeah. Employers will help mentoring. This is pay forward good deed. Help me to understand if employers may be interested in this partnership. So you see, I'm defining my problem statement, and I'm working with my chat GPT, brainstorming, and it gives me target users and unmet need, and I can ask it, like, for example, right now I'm thinking and using this chat GPT as an opportunity to validate my thoughts if this idea was like good enough to explore it. I would like to ask, could you please help me? Could you please help me to identify a few current similar businesses, competitors market? And the reason why I'm asking that, because if I know my competitors, I might be able to identify how they work with the employers. I might find employers who I may interview if they might be interested, and see if this idea will help anyone. Because I might have some students who are asking those questions, but if I'm not able to fulfill their need and find employers, then like idea will not fly. Make sense? Okay, so I do have quite a few competitors. Key observation, fragmentation, limited high school focus. These paid services. What I'm interested is to understand, do students pay for those services? You see, paid, fee-free. Maybe I can generate some advantage if I just explore an opportunity for employers to help students and not make students to pay. Yeah, because you see, this is the high premium to pay per session. Interesting. There is market for that, and companies get paid. So something to explore. Do you guys want to give me an idea that you want to explore, or would you like it to keep it to yourself? Okay, I do have a question. Hi, Anna, thanks for the session. I want to ask how do you draw the line between creativity and hallucination by the chatbot? Great question. I personally use my judgment because I read it, and when it feels off, then I do see I can go and copy and paste my question to another model. I am using usually to compare Copilot, and I started exploring Grok and DeepSeek, and I even have those models opened here. So yeah, you see, it's something from my previous search. I copy and paste from my model my question and the response. It's easy. You copy and paste like this, and I paste it here, and I ask model to evaluate it and tell me if this is hallucination, if it does it make sense, and ask to critique me. And the model usually comes back and gives me some critique about it. And this is also a good way to understand how different models have different perspectives, because each model is trained on the existing data. So usually if you come to a conclusion that you're satisfied with some response, you can ask your model, like, is it all? What else you can search? Go and verify yourself. Or you can copy and paste to the completely different model and ask this question. Great
Yeah.
question. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Just want to follow up on that. So during this one task that you're chatting with the chatbot, do you suggest having it redoing it with other models too at the same time? Do you suggest that's a way to validate?
You can do it at the same time. I don't see the reason why you wouldn't do it right away.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And Anna, do you ask for when you ask a query, do you ask for sources?
Well, it's actually a very great question. If you go to my Google document, I think that I even added it to the Google document. Yes. So this is the sample prompt from my other venture that I was researching, but I kept it here so you can see how I go about resources. I specifically ask to go outside and research only trustful resources, and I give examples. When you do this step, you increase your chances to rely on the most trustful resources. Does that answer your question?
Yes, definitely, because that's the right way to do it. Yes.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Okay, where we are. Okay, so breakdown to paid services. I also was researching different, you can research not only software as a service models. I was researching indoor playground, if it was making in my area. And ChatGPT was very resourceful, advising me if I should go and how I should go about verifying if this idea worth exploring. I even learned about footprint and how to measure that, and some advice on how to research the residential areas and where to find the best possible location. So when you give it some training, and training, as I said, you give it inside of the instructions that you train your custom GPT, and you also can feed documentation and resources. Sunita has asked this question, how you go around resources. You give samples and you can go to the website. In any case of the startup idea validator, I could go and add websites of startup incubators, and so there's some information always on these websites, and ask my model to verify and model those websites and information from those websites to evaluate my ideas. I also ask my model to be my co-founder, my advisor, and also investor with 20 plus years experience. And in my recent iterations, model even suggested that I can act as VC, and VC activity is different. So I also brainstormed, explored how I should work with VC to raise funds. Any other questions? Or would you like guys to give me some business ideas that we can brainstorm with the model? Make sense?
Yeah, thank you.
I would like to hear some feedback. Did anyone try to create your own model on your ChatGPT? Did you try to use Google and copy and paste prompts from there, or you were coming up from your own, with your own? Talk to me.
Yeah, basically, so okay, I can start. Created a GPT for basically myself. So we're a product team of two at my company, and so it sometimes requires more people to brainstorm. And so I'm basically creating a GPT of myself, and so when I brainstorm, I can see if I'm validating myself a bit better. I know it's kind of counterintuitive brainstorming with the same person, but there are days where I'm not like thinking straight, and so with my past experience, past knowledge, it can probably verify better. And maybe I'm not. Maybe I'm missing something. It kind of reminded me, and I basically feed it all the PM resources that I've gathered there, and so I'm always doing this best practices as much as I can. So that's my GPT. Basically, I'm making a GPT of myself. I don't know how good that is in terms of job security. They can just take my GPT and remove me from the job.
I don't think so, because you are brainstorming and you're giving all the creative ideas, right? You can
Right.
ask ChatGPT to go and research what is there in the market and be your brainstorming buddy. But you're the one who created it. It's a great question, but I don't think that people will be replaced by just ChatGPT, because as Sunita or Sunita asked another question about hallucination. Oh, you asked about hallucination, right? Because sometimes it even forgets how to put commas and dots, and it gives completely like something out of the blue. And it's like, are you tired or what?
Yeah. So just human errors here and there, of course, very natural. And GPT is probably better than that, obviously. So I think it's pretty helpful and handy.
Okay. Yes, guys, and I will be grateful if you can give me feedback. You can give me feedback in the form of responding to my Google form, or in the poll that was persistent to give you feedback from the very beginning. But I'm all about improving, and feedback would be essential for me to do better the next time. I'm sharing my contact information here. It should be also on Google form. I hope I added it here. Please connect. Please feel free to ask questions. I do my best to make time to respond to questions and answer with all information I have. I have a question in the chat. Could you please share the Google form for feedback again? It should be here. Oh, yeah, thank you. This should work. It is also, yeah. If you have your smartphone, if you can just scan the QR code and give me information, how did you like it? Okay, yes. I'm happy to hear question.
Hi, Ann.
Yes.
Yeah, so the document which you are talking about, you have shared, there's only one document, right? The form, Google form. I don't see this particular one which you're sharing on the screen. That is not been shared, correct? Or is
No,
that?
this is my presentation. This is just a
Oh, okay.
presentation. Google Doc doesn't have pretty pictures, and it just has essence. Is the prompts,
One which you
etc.
just share is the just normal Google form.
Yes, I shared just normal Google form. You're absolutely right. Correct.
Oh, okay. Because when you say Google Doc, it's different than the Google form. So I
Yeah,
was
right.
confused.
Sorry, I misspoke. Just Google form, and in this Google form, you can grab, copy and paste. It should not restrict you from copy and pasting all the prompts. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. Thank you for your feedback.
I know for some reason I'm not able to access the Custom GPT. I mean, I clicked on the very latest link to it, but I don't know.
So you see, I think that the reason is that I don't have the enterprise version, and there were 20 something, 28, I think, people at the beginning, maybe more. I didn't count, but if everybody clicked, that might be exhausted. That let me try again. Let me go to my GPT and see how I can, if I can. Oops, share it again. Okay, let me share. Okay, anyone with link, save. Okay, updated, updating. Now, anyone with link, copy link. Let me try. Yes, more. Thank you very much. Yeah, this is right. This is the link. Thank you. I posted the model in the chat.
Perfect. Yeah, it works now.
It works? Okay.
Thanks.
It might be exhausted again. But and also for the purpose of that meeting, I was opening it, but because I don't run enterprise version, and I still would like to work it on that myself. Soon after our session is done, I will check, and I will, if the permissions are still open, I will probably close it. Just to be mindful about my own tokens. But guys, please feel free to use it today and try it. Let me know how does it work. And also try to create your own and share your results with me. I will be entirely grateful. And let's create more businesses together, so we are not scared that AI will replace us. Thank you, Anu. Appreciate it. Please sign up for all the appointments and other hands-on sessions that Padma has scheduled for us. Thank you, Padma. Thank you, Shivi. And let's conquer this world together. This is like another new shift. Can you imagine how our grandparents have been living through riding horses to a train? And this is something similar what is happening, the industrialization with the AI. Yeah, there are people who are going to be out of work, but we are here to conquer it. It's just the beginning for us to lead it and to navigate to a new world. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Padma. You're the best. Highly appreciate your time.
Thank you.
guys.
Thank you, Anna.
Thank you. Thank you. The pleasure is mine. Thank you, Naga.